Hello, this is Dr. Do again. This video is on alphabetic list of problems on letter G. Today I'm going to talk about a group of diseases that can cause one presentation, one phenomenon. It's called gait disturbance. G-A-I-T. It's not like the door, G-A-T-E, gait, or Bill Gates. It's not the same spelling. It's G-A-I-T. It refers to the walking disturbance, the lost stability or lost balance, or from the neurological or muscular damage of the limbs causing this walking disturbance. So what is any special condition associated with this gait disturbance? Need to see the emergency. Yes, I think it's not specified, but if you put this way, after the stroke, either you lost your, you completely lost the low, one or two lower extremity paralysis, of course, or you feel weakness on one of the lower extremity, or acute injury on the spinal cord, you lost the muscle strength or the neurological function, so that's the emergency situation. You need to see emergency or talk to your physician right away. If you find out you're walking differently from yesterday, then that's the case. You really need to get it diagnosed and see whether there's a stroke or vascular disease, or any of them need to be managed in the emergency settings as soon as possible. And can you manage at home? Of course, you think I'm limping because my muscle sore, but usually that is not referring to the gait disturbance. The gait disturbance referring to the neurological cause, lost the balance or change the way of walking. But however, if you really think you have muscle sore, you're limping, not walking as previously, but you knew it, you just climb the mountains or run the marathon, and you feel muscle sore, you walk differently, waddling or just limping, so that's you can manage at home. But usually when we talk about the gait disturbance, really referring to the neurological cause, so that's for clear. So what kind of neurological disease, or where the damage to the brain or spinal cord can cause this gait disturbance? Any condition that can disturb the neurons of the motor neurons, for example, or the affect the balance from cerebellum or the vestibules to disturb the balance. So these are all the conditions, or the spinal cord is pressed. So these are all the conditions can cause this gait disturbance. So and also, for example, the Parkinson's disease. We know the Parkinson's disease is the neurological condition that causes the muscular motor neuron disturbance, and the patient has the flat cogwheel arm, flat expressions, and also shaking, tremor, and associated with the gait disturbance. Usually they walk in the small, fast gait, which is called hesitating gait. So if you see older people and with resting tremor and walking in this kind of shuffling gait, it's just very hesitate, shuffling gait. That is the disease caused by the Parkinson's. So that's a typical description for the Parkinson's patient, is a shuffling gait and kind of hesitate, does not know whether should walk, should not walk, and then generate this kind of small, fast gait. So this is one of the very common gait disturbance. The other one is called waddling. The waddling gait is usually refer you drag the feet. Okay, could be from the muscular damage or neurological damage, or could from the loss of balance from cerebellum. In order to maintain the balance, the waddling, so the feet apart from each other in a wide distance, so that you can imagine this: if you put your 2 feet together, you stand, or if you open up your 2 feet with one foot distance, so the later it's really maintain the balance better. So if the patient with cerebellum condition, they cannot walk in lines, so they cannot walk like we usually walk, 1 foot after another, but they walk in the wide distance, one here, one there, one here, one there. So that's a part of 2 feet to maintain the balance. So this is called a waddling gait. We can tell it's from cerebellum damage. Usually cerebellum damage could be from the stroke, that's probably the most common cause, or just the degenerative change. But I think the most common cause is stroke from the posterior, like the vertebral artery, or the small arterioles has multiple stroke, multiple blockage cause this cerebellum damage, cause this waddling gait. And there another gait, limping from the spinal cord. For example, if the patient have the herniated disc, and then pressing on the spinal nerve, so walk with limping. One is high, it's like walking on the uneven surface. So this is called another kind of gait disturbance. And this usually, we can tell it's probably very likely from spinal cord. Of course, there's some test, raise leg test, for example, and try to pick up the stuff from the floor, see whether going back to the child way to pick it up. It's called this experiment to see whether it's from the spinal cord damage, the herniated disc pressing on the spinal nerves. So these are the very common one. There's some other uncommon gait disturbance. Usually those are really pretty much caused by the either genetic, called central nervous system damage, or the peripheral nervous system damage. For example, the Guillain-Barré, or the other causes of the peripheral nerve damage, neuritis. All of these conditions can cause this gait disturbance. But the take-home message is for the older people, if you wake up, you feel that you're walking in a weird way, or your family notice you're walking different way, even though waddling, probably very subtle, but if that is not your usual gait, then the family member or you for yourself need to be alert and to get it checked out. And also for those with Parkinson's disease, the gait disturbance usually occur not early, but along the progress. So if you notice that, then you need to talk to your physician. There's some gait disturbance, probably means to adjust the medication, or to do something to slow the progress. So that's the purpose for this video. Basically, these are really for those older people with previous medical condition, and to make a little note or remind, just pay attention to this kind of subtle change. Hope that it helps. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time.